States of America.
C&D presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Howdy, howdy.
Well, if the first song don't get nailed, our opening does every week.
Yeah, right.
I ain't figured that out yet, but first off, I want to thank all the veterans like we always do. Thought you guys can do shows like this. I want to thank our military serving overseas in the homeland. I want to thank our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, and tow truck drivers. Thank you.
There we go. Hey, Jesse.
Guys, if you're in there watching, you don't have to say hi, nothing. Put a dot if you want, because Facebook really strokes us hard for some odd reason. And all bullshit aside, we say it every week, but
I don't know what's happening.
my volume's slow.
Huh?
My volume's low, he said.
A little bit lower than what it normally is.
Is it? Every time I mess with the settings, though, I don't want to do that. Let me see if you can.
You know what? Let me do something on my end. I might be able to do something here. Edit mic setting. Try talking now.
Can you hear me better now?
All right, there we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, I just turned it up on this end.
How about now? Any better?
Sound about the same.
Sound about all right. All right, he's got it now. All right. Anyways, I don't understand why they do what they do. We're not going to try to figure it out. We just know a little show they're going to mess with. So,
well, I don't know what's going on tonight, but 19 they're letting us have.
Maybe we're on good terms.
I don't know. Maybe I put something in there that they like.
How you doing, Greg? Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Yeah. Then we come in with the transmission.
Yeah. Happy Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yeah.
Juneteenth. Don't want to forget that, or we'll be called,
I do not talk over Chris. I can't. That's impossible.
It's so for those of you. I'm sore. I got my ass whooped by a couple of midgets last night, Doug.
Did you?
Let me tell you something. Them little son bitches were strong. I wasn't paying attention. I will tell everybody I kind of overcome a fear. Not all the way. But okay. I did get close, don't do that.
Hold on.
Oh my God. No. Oh my God.
I was trying to bring that up with this.
I wasn't overcoming my fear at that point.
I'll show that at the end of the live tonight.
Oh, boy.
All the way to you saying goodbye.
So, but I tell you what, man, when they come out, I didn't realize that they come out with their shirts off and shit. I thought, what the fuck? Dude, they were like,
Bill.
I'm like, holy shit, this ain't gonna end well for me. I can see it now. And they were strong as hell, man. You know, I know everybody knows a lot of that, But,
Yeah, it wasn't fake, was it?
No.
Come on.
I went to the hospital.
I seen that.
Did you? They rolled me on a stretcher.
You were knocked out.
I was knocked out.
You
I
were
was
knocked
out. They beat the living shit out of me. So
I'm surprised that you, A, fit on a cot. 2, is he could get you into the back of the squad.
well, you know, I got thinking about it, and Johnny Newman, a few of them brought it up later when I came back from the hospital. Okay, you know, when they were rolling me over onto the cot, we kind of talked about that before, you know. And I got thinking when they were rolling me over, man, what if I roll off the cot? I really need to go to the hospital.
Right.
Not the asphalt, man.
Right.
But in all truthfulness, the truthful part of this is you know, I had a fear for years of midgets. I still micros, whatever nowadays. And I still kind of do, but not you know, you talk about a bunch of cool people, man. Them two guys are cool as hell, dog. I mean, good guys, real good guys. And they knew I had that fear. They played it, you know, for the crowd and that. But, you know, behind the scenes, except for when Johnny Newman and Bobby Justice, who have one coming from me, sent him up the back way in the tower. And I hear, hey, and turn to look, and he's about 3 feet from me. Caught me off guard. I ain't kidding you. I did. I felt my skin crawling off me and everything, man. I was, you know, but good time. Anyways,
Good.
Juneteenth day.
Juneteenth. I don't know who came up with that, but
Texas. That's where it started. It started in Texas.
All right.
And just went on through. So.
Okay. Good to know.
There you go. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to hear the end of this tomorrow. David at work. He's going to be on the radio talking shit the whole day. But, Doug, we got a lot to cover tonight.
We do.
And none of it's good. Some of it.
No.
one part of it. The kids standing up more than the parents. That's the only
yeah, I have to give it to you on that one.
I mean, I wish we could come on here, people, and say gas going down, this, that, and the other, but it just isn't going to happen.
We're going to talk about that too, and especially with this goofball in office, because the way he's handling it, we may get to $10 a gallon here soon.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, let's just check in with both of those goofballs that are running the country. First is the President of the United States. Here he goes.
But first, let's check in with the leader of the free world, who this week gave a lesson in how to deliver a poignant message sensitively. Take it away, Joe.
And by the way, my sympathies to the family of your CFO, who dropped dead very unexpectedly. My best to their family. It's tough stuff.
Yes, condolences to the man's family and friends. But President Biden isn't just a man of words, he's a man of deeds. Watch him ride his bike like the virile octogenarian he is. Yes, that's Joe Biden just falling off his bike, stationary bike. Thankfully, he is not hurt. But people are wondering how it happened. Just a bit of fun, folks. But one could argue that this image sums up the Biden presidency, a perfect metaphor for the Biden economy, for sure. Of course, this isn't the first time we've seen the president stumble. But don't expect the media to read too much into it, not like their hysterical response to Donald Trump walking slowly down a ramp at West Point. No, Donald Trump walking carefully down a steep ramp really mattered, just ask CNN. But President Biden is the picture of great physical and cognitive health.
Two things. One, what a freaking idiot. Your CFO that dropped dead. How empathetic. Are you serious?
Right. Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Oh, he dropped it. I feel bad for your family and that he dropped dead. I mean, come on.
Unexpectedly.
That's something me and you would say to each other on the phone about somebody in private.
Right.
You know, or what are you guys out there? But you're not going to look at family on national TV and say, well, I'm sorry he dropped dead.
Did you see the
I'm sorry
interpreter?
he passed away, or no? She probably went.
Well, she's doing it, and then he starts going, blah, 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 and she just like slowly kind of just puts her hands down, and then he said, suddenly dropped dead, and she didn't even sign it. She stopped when he started mumbling.
Even she's got more common sense than him.
Right? I'm not going to say that.
And then he's riding a bike. I mean, I'm sorry, it's funny as hell.
And she had a point there. It was stationary. He was stopped. How do you fall off a stopped bike?
And you know, Greg Miller brings up a point that I'm fuming about too. I'm fuming about this. It's not so much a Juneteenth's a holiday, national holiday. It's a Veterans Day. You know, we listen. Truth is this. Truth is this. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, Asian, Ethiopian, whatever in this country. Without them veterans, we don't exist. There's no Juneteenth. There's no, national holiday in the United States. There's none of that without veterans. Right. But yet, once again, this administration walks completely over our veterans, doesn't give two shits about our military veterans, nothing. And, whatever. I mean, we got to vote. That's all. November is a bigger election. This November is a bigger election than what the election was with Trump and Biden, Doug.
I would agree with that. And that's why everybody's making this mass exodus.
It's,
That's another good point.
What? No, and it's exactly right. It doesn't matter. Without our veterans, none of this matters. Juneteenth, whatever, it's all gone without the veterans. And there was Native Americans, Black, there was Japanese Americans, it was all mixed. Heinz 57 that fights in our military. And we don't, this administration could care less. I was on this subject. One thing, and there's a million things that he did. One thing that'll always stick in my mind about Trump is when he's riding in a motorcade and he comes across, remember that? There was firemen holding signs, Doug? There was firemen that come out of the firehouse and was holding signs. He stopped the motorcade. Stopped it right now. Walked over. And, Secret Service about it got to be going, what's he doing?
Right.
What? And he gets up, don't care, walks over and shakes every one of them firemen's hands and gets back in and goes. That's a president. That's this guy could care less.
He's too feeble to get out and do that. He'd fall down.
Yeah, he can't even ride a bike. He puts a new meaning. Yeah, that guy can't even ride a bike.
I like your hat. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, I like your hat. Yeah, you needed training wheels.
Okay, so now the VP is very, very busy too.
What's she screwing up? Where's she cackling at?
she's cackling. Let's take a look at this.
Good morning and welcome to Outsiders, the show that is to woke virtue signaling and political correctness gone mad, what US Vice President Kamala Harris is to realistic policy making based on a cold, sober assessment of the hard facts. Here she is explaining in depth the governing principles and pragmatic strategic assessments of the Biden administration's foremost problem-solving and analytical thinker.
That's why we're here today. Because we have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make the possible actually happen.
Okay, that sounds a bit lovey-dovey, but still, I'm sure there are other strategic policy solutions Kamala Harris has up her sleeve.
Have to believe in what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Now, come on, guys. I think you guys are being a little bit harsh here. I mean, it's not as if Kamala Harris is just a one-trick pony.
What can be, unburdened by what has been. To see what can be, unburdened by what has been. We see what can be, unburdened by what has been. Bring people to see what can be, unburdened by what has been. See what can be, unburdened by what has been. It is the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Can see, unburdened by what has been. Yes, here on Outsiders, we recognize that Kamala Harris is certainly unburdened by much in the grey matter department, whether she can see it or not.
You know, it's funny. Newscasters normally they're not supposed to laugh when another one's talking, and they can't help it. I couldn't help myself. I was laughing my ass off. What's unburdened? That's a good line. That's a good line for the next campaign running against these bunch.
Yeah.
See if we can unburden what has been.
Right.
You know, well, they burdened everything that was there. Jeez,
wow.
Pete.
So that's what she's up to.
You know, I wonder what the IQ test right now. You know, I bet you I look like a fucking genius on the IQ test compared to them two dum-dums. Huh?
It doesn't take much, especially with what they're doing to the schools now. So,
here we go. Into the
so
schools.
No, we're not. We will get into that here in a little bit, but we'll wait till you hear the school story. So Biden is going to Saudi Arabia, I think, this week, and
after he called them a bunch of idiots,
right? Exactly.
Okay.
And now he's hoping to go in and get try to reduce the prices on crude oil.
What's the barrel selling for?
You know what? I
okay. The other day I seen this. Now I don't know how true it is. Facebook. So the other day I seen this. It said a couple years ago where a barrel went up. Remember $100 a barrel?
Huh?
$110 a barrel.
Right.
We're still paying like $2.89 at the pump. Barrel's $100, $120 a barrel the other day, and we're paying $5 at the pump, $6 for diesel. Why? Why? BP in their first quarter had $9 billion more profit than last year at their first quarter when they set record profits. What, what's he going to go? Oh, please, he's got to come down on the oil companies more than he's got to come,
You're right, Cale. That was on the news that they wouldn't even take a phone call from him.
Yeah.
He has really put us in a really bad situation now.
Well, he ran his mouth. What was it, a year ago, Doug? 8 months ago? I want to say it was a year ago, but it was somewhere 8 months, a year ago. he really ran him in the ground over some stuff. I mean, he and in this world today, they got offended. You know what I mean? They got offended, and now they're woke right now, and now he wants to go over and make everything right. It ain't gonna happen. They don't like Americans as it is.
Right.
You're right. You're right, Lori. And
we're gonna,
Todd Terrell stopped by the track today when I was getting done with go karts, and we were talking. And I said, Todd, when this is gonna quit? And he goes, what? And I said, when every person my age, older, when we finally had enough at that break point. And I don't know where that is. I can't tell you where it is. I know it's close. But, someone like me, I've lived 2 lives. Some of the shit I've done in my past, So, guys like me, you people out there, are going to say, you know what? My grandkids, my kids, I'm done with this. If I get wiped out, I get wiped out. I've lived my life. But I'm willing to get wiped out to try to protect my, the lives of my grandbabies and my kids. And that's coming close. And Ben Shapiro said it best. We've trained how many veterans out here in this country, Doug? We've trained them. We trained them how to kill. We trained them how to survive. When you break that glass, when one of us breaks that glass case, come on. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shit going to hit the fan in this country. And yeah. But, there's a lot of shit going to hit the fan. And when's that point come? I thought it would come already, Doug.
Yeah.
I thought it'd come last fall, remember?
Yep.
But there's a point. There's something coming that's going to trigger it all, and that's going to be the end of it. It's going to be bad. And I think it's going to come, in the next 2-3 months, people. Buckle up. They're saying it on the news and saying it here and there. A dozen eggs going to cost $1 an egg before this is over. I'm starting to believe a dozen eggs, $3 and something at the grocery store now.
Is it really?
Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago it was, $1.50. How much is hamburger a pound again going up? It's when are we going to stop it? Evidently, our government and people in our government aren't going to stop it. When are we going to stop it? Yeah, you're right, Cal. Here it comes. Here comes the boom.
Well, this was going to send you sailing. So we are welcoming people to the U.S. left and right from all kinds of places. Everybody's welcome. The Department of Homeland Security this week announced that it's moving to allow Afghan civil servants who worked for the Taliban regime to be exempt from terror-related restrictions and be allowed entry into the U.S.
Are you fucking kidding?
I am not kidding you.
They work for the Taliban?
Yes. The U.S. has been bringing tens of thousands of Afghans to the U.S. since the Taliban took over and the U.S. withdrawal. But now they're going to let those that worked for the Taliban, they're going to take that terrorist exempt. They're going to take the terrorist label off of them.
We got people having problems getting on again.
Well, that's because we're talking about something that they don't like.
So they're
happening.
They're confirmed connections with the Taliban, and we're letting them in.
Yes. This is the Biden administration saying to Homeland Security, we need to do something to get these guys in here.
Absolutely, Cal, but they want to have the gun laws go into effect. Which one of them passed Congress?
you know what? There's so many versions of it. I don't know which one.
One of them passed Congress. Won't pass Senate, but it passed Congress. That was like if, let's say, I had a sister and somebody's beating her ass all the time. They get a restraining order against her. You know, she gets one against them. And I take my pistol over and say, listen, keep this in the house. In case he comes in the house, shoot him. So he comes through the door, breaks the door down, comes through the door. If he hasn't physically hurt her or anything and she just bams him when he comes through the door, she's in trouble. And guess who else is in trouble? Me. They're going to charge me with the same thing because I gave her the gun. That's wrong. You know?
Good point.
Yeah. I tell you what. Because then they could vote again, right? Stop and think about that. Then they could vote again.
Yeah, but they're running out of time, so you're going to see this amp up here shortly because they got to be here undocumented for a year.
Yeah, undocumented. I get wound up every time I hear that. If you're an undocumented immigrant that lived in a country for a year, well, that don't even fucking make sense.
You can vote.
I could have come across the border last week.
Right.
Are you an undocumented immigrant? Yeah. How long have you been here? 13 months.
It's been a struggle.
You know, who's going to, here, stop thinking, because I've thought about this deeply for hours. Who's going to document them?
Well, when they go to vote, then they document because they're going to have to.
So then they tell them I've been here 30. Okay, you can vote.
Yeah, you can vote. And then we're going to get you documented so that you can vote in future elections when the other regime gets in and takes us all away.
Unbelievable. This is just, now we're letting Taliban come in. Well, they said they have no connections to them no more, right?
Right.
Well, they wouldn't lie.
Not at all.
Just like the Taliban will have nothing to do with our government once the United States leaves in Afghanistan. 3 days after the U.S. leaves, boom, it's under Taliban.
Yes. So, yeah, we're gonna get rid of those loopholes that they had to go through. Make it much easier for them to get in.
Come on in.
That's what
If you can't get in that way, just go down to the Mexican border. We'll let you right in through there.
We will take care of you. We'll give you a
just
phone.
don't speak English and say "me no habla," and boom, we'll give you a phone, put you on a bus, give you a bunch of money. Hell, Sandusky, Ohio's taking you in right now.
Great housing, right on the military bases.
That's it. You're right, Lord.
That's what's going to happen.
It's called terrorism from within. Terrorism from within. Remember when Obama, I'm trying to think of what country, Syria or wherever, they were letting in, they had all the refugees that was coming through Florida or wherever. What was that? And they took actual pictures. People were taking action. These people were starving and it was a terrorist country. These guys are getting off that ship. They look like football players for the NFL. There wasn't nothing starving on them. There's some badass bitches walking off there. Are you starving? Yeah, I haven't eaten 24 hours.
Right. I haven't eaten since the last stop. It was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
I need something.
So that's exactly what's going on. It's terrorism from within. And our government wants us. Our administration wants us. They have no control.
So, Department of Homeland Security, obviously doing their job and trying to get that terrorism designation off those people so they can get in. They also, they put out a warning, and I'm going to tell you, if I could just do this all day long, I would do something stupid like this too. This is what they put out. In the coming months, we expect the threat environment to become more dynamic as several high-profile events could be exploited to justify acts of violence against a range of possible targets. Aren't you like already heightened with all the stuff that's going on with schools shootings, church shootings?
I've been heightened since he took the oath.
Well, well, you shouldn't have been. Right now, you should be getting upset because they just put this warning out.
Just now.
Tuesday they put it out.
Should have been out. I mean,
it shouldn't even come out. It should be kind of noticeable, and it should have been out a long time ago.
But they want to take our guns.
Now
everybody's you get on the other side. Someone talk to someone on the far left that's Biden supporter, and they don't want to take our guns. They only want assault rifles, semi-automatic. If you got access to 7 or more shot, what is it? Over 7 in a round, see you later, Rowdy. in a clip, and going on and on and on. I mean, what do you need an assault rifle to hunt for? Just because? There might be Russians coming across the hill. I'm hunting Russians. It's nobody's fucking business. If I'm with them,
look, see, they're going to give them back if we need them. So you're getting all worked up over nothing.
Oh, if we need them. Yeah. Okay, so here, that's a good fucking plan, Doug. Here comes, they took our guns, and here comes Russia and China flying over. Russian walks up. What are you doing? I'll be sitting here like this, looking at him.
Waiting on my rifle.
Waiting on Biden to bring me back my gun so I can fight you. Right. Can you guys go sit in your Jeep?
Time out.
Get back in a Humvee. You got to wait 4 more days.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I got the tracking right here, Steve.
Yep. It's a tracking number. Oh, there's a UPS truck. Hold on. Oh, you're going to have to wait 2 more days. They forgot the ammo.
Right. I got to unbox it. Now,
they're not taking my guns. Listen, they're not taking my guns. They're not taking them. We got a Second Amendment. They are not taking them. By law, I'm
the Second Amendment is not absolute.
The Second Amendment's absolute to me.
Not to Biden. He said that on national television. Because somebody asked him that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Greg. If it's, listen, the gun bill, Doug, I'll take 3 minutes, 2 minutes stop, 3 minute stops. The gun bill, if you read into it when we went into it in last February, I believe, Doug, or maybe it's been a year ago we went into it when they put that gun bill up with the clips. And if you look at it the way it's been months ago, you have to buy a permit in this gun law for every gun you have. Every gun you have, going to have to buy a permit. And on that permit, it's an annual permit. And it's like for your shotguns that you deer hunt with and this, that, and the other, it's like, what was it, $400 to $800 per gun.
Yeah, it's really, really expensive.
And then if you had something that did have over 7 in a clip or a semi-automatic, they considered it a military grade weapon. It was like $1,200-$1,500 per gun a year annual permit. So, they're trying every which way to take it. They ain't taking it. I don't. Second Amendment. I don't give a shit. They're not taking our fucking guns.
So, how do they charge for a permit for something that's your right? Soon we're going to have a permit to breathe.
You're right. We're here miking the oxygen cells that went into your body, and Buddy, you took 150 and you're only allowed 100, so you're going to have a permit because you're taking extra oxygen in.
Right.
You know, then you're right, Joe. They can't. They can't.
They are. They
it's
are.
bad enough.
They already are.
It's bad enough that you got a right to own your land and everything else. They tax it. They tax the hell out of it.
Right.
It's not permitting, but they tax it. You got to have a fucking permit to take a shit nowadays, to be honest with you, because the EPA might determine that something you ate when you take a shit might put on more methane gas or more whatever, you know.
Well, Gates already got the cows all stuck on that.
Yeah. So they're not taking my guns.
Well,
that is simple. It's simple. You know, the more we put up with this administration, more pissed off everybody should be. And let me tell you something. We're worried about fucking gas prices, which we should be. It's the grand illusion that this administration creates, Doug. While we're bitching about one thing, and they keep fucking with it and pissing with this, wanting you to look. They're magicians. They're sleight of hand. They're over here on this side. You're paying attention to that, and they're sliding shit through on this side.
Right.
Through, and we don't even know until it's over. Until it's over. Just like manufacturers of the vaccine cannot be sued or anything for any.
I'm talking about that here in a minute.
Any, adverse effects that you had, reactions you had, including death, they can't be sued.
Correct.
Along with your employer can demand that you have the vaccination, or you may be fired without any repercussions. Me and Doug talked about that for 3-4 weeks straight. Bitch and a bitch. I got cut off. That's when I got cut off from Facebook, Doug, 3 times in one night. And bitch and a bitch. Then we went on to other things. And like 2 months later, the bill passed, and everybody, bill passed, and we were talking about it. And 2-3 months later, when it started coming out, boom.
Since we're talking about it, and we want to be careful because they hone in on that word. This guy has a better way of saying it. So, are you familiar with what?
Bless your Chaz, they hone in on tranny then.
Right. Right. You all have your own buzzwords.
Yeah, you all have your own keywords.
Right.
Robbie just breathes.
Are you you know who Justin Bieber is?
Yeah.
And are you familiar with his latest issue?
Yeah. He just told me about it.
Yeah, so his face is paralyzed on one side, which is called Ramsay Hunt syndrome. So let's just dive into this. We'll let this guy tell you. I chopped this up quite a bit, so it might be a little choppy, but here we go. Justin will talk at the beginning and tell you what happened to him, and then this guy really tells you what he thinks.
Goodbye after this.
Nerve in my ear and my facial nerves, and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking.
They don't want you to know what happened to Justin Bieber's face. This video is brought to you by Prison Fellowship.
You know what? I didn't chop it up right, or I uploaded the wrong one. But what he goes in to say is that if you look it up, what are other causes of Ramsay Hunt syndrome, you will find something in there that somebody might have forced you to take at some point, saying that it was all okay. And
they didn't force you to take it. They mandated certain things that you had to take that was safe.
They kind of forced you if you wanted to do certain things. Like
if you wanted to work.
Yep. You
go on federal property.
Right.
Concert.
Right.
stuff like that. I'm not sure what it is that they forced upon us, but I think you're all bright enough to figure it out. And if we go into the detail, we'll be bye-bye.
That's exactly what this guy says as well. I'm uploading this. It'll be a minute. But anyhow, at the end, he does say that you cannot sue the government or anything like that over what we're talking about, that you were forced at one point, nearly forced or coerced.
You can't sue the manufacturers of stuff that we're coerced into taking.
Correct. So let me get rid of this.
They knew what the fuck they were doing at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew the side effects of this liquid that we're talking about. They knew the side effects.
Right.
And it wasn't shared. But you got more clips to play? Or?
Well, it's loading right now. It'll be about a minute or two.
But stop and think. I want everybody to look at something. How many people have you known had strokes in the last 6 months?
I don't know about strokes, but I know a lot of people have died.
Yes. I know a bunch that have had strokes. To the point where something's going on with me a little bit still. And I only say this because she's not in here. But
like she's not going to watch this.
No, she don't. But I'd spot her staying at Toledo. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
It's happened to me a couple other times. I can feel it coming on. But there's other people having the same kind of stuff. Yeah, this thing that you're right. And
by the way, Fauci does have COVID.
Good. I'm glad he does. Yes. Robbie, that's a word we didn't want to see.
Yeah. All right. Let me play this. It's gonna Bieber's gonna explain his thing, and then this guy takes it over. So here we go.
They don't want you to know what happened to Justin Bieber's face. A lot of you guys, before I even play this, you have an assumption or a theory as to how he got Ramsey Hunt syndrome. Now you and I know what happened. We know what probably happened to him, but they ain't gonna never tell us the truth. And I ain't gonna go there because I won't be online no more. Roll the film.
Hey everyone, Justin here.
He ain't faking that.
I wanted to update you guys on what's been going on. Obviously, as you can probably see from my face, I have this syndrome called Ramsey Hunt syndrome, and it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear.
There's two ways to look at this. There is what he said, and then there is a side effect from something else. According to some information that I looked up, people can say right or wrong. You can disagree with me or agree with me. I would argue, look it up yourself. Ramsey Hunt syndrome. What are other ways you can get Ramsey Hunt syndrome? What are side effects to certain things that you may have done because the government told you to do it that may have caused a side effect that's either Ramsey Hunt syndrome or a similar side effect that acts almost like Ramsey Hunt syndrome? I think that he did the you-know-what because who told him to do you-know-what because they promised that you-know-what was okay. And then he took the you-know-what, and now side effects are starting to kick in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do not be dismayed. There are side effects to things that you put into your body annually or when the government asks you to or make you. All you have to do is research. Go look it up. What are the side effects? The reason why I have declined to do what they told us to do and promised us, because we know they ain't about, and they can lie every day of the week. Do you remember Tuskegee experiment? Yeah, they lying. They'll lie to you. They'll take your money, and there's no accountability. There is no accountability. If you get messed up, you cannot sue them. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. You cannot sue them. They are exempt. They are protected. They are going to pay him $1 billion or threaten his life that he cannot come out and reveal a hypothesis or a theory as to what could have happened to his face outside of a random virus going in your ear and making this happen to you. Now, let me say this before I conclude the video. There's a possibility that what he said happened is exactly what happened.
It's a possibility. Slim to none, but a possibility. And this is, Greg, I'm glad she did. You know, this is going to be happening more and more. I'm telling you right now. You know, it's going to happen more and more.
And the thing is every time we say it, that's when our videos start getting flagged.
Yeah. And the airline pilots, yeah, we're back at that again. We are back at what Dave said. We're back at it again. And you know, mark of the beast. Mark of the beast.
And then you go back to the Bilderberg group.
Yeah, let's talk about them. They're the beast.
They are moving in, and they're moving in quick.
Let us not forget they got global tax through, and all they need to do is get one thing through in the world, and now it's this freight train going to happen. People.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
And we talk about them. We're talking about them again. You better read up on it. And the Bilderberg Group is the beast, and some of us have the mark. Now it's starting to show. You know,
Lori, if you watched, that's possible. And if you watch, he can't smile.
His career is done if this doesn't go away. His career is done.
Right.
His career is it's over. You know, but
and there you go. Yeah.
Joe did. I mean, Joe's one of the ones that started watching our show in the very beginning when we were really harping on some shit. And Joe, we agreed with you, if you can remember, and it all come from the Bilderberg Group. Conspiracy theorists, maybe, you know, but not too much shit that, you know, we're not off the wall and we're tinfoil on our heads and shit like that, you know. I mean, we ain't that far deep into it, but a lot of the shit we've called on here is happened. Not everything, but a lot of stuff that we've called has happened.
For the longest time, we would call it, and then you'd see it on TV about 2, 3, 4 days later.
A week later, you'd see it, and we'd be laughing.
Right.
We'd be laughing. All you got to do is research it.
Yeah.
Besides the news networks.
And there's one that I'm still working on. Somebody sent me a message. Blackwater, was it? I have to look at it again.
Blackwater.
I'm working on that.
Oh God. We said that we might get axed.
Totally different from what you're thinking about.
Here's what it comes. No, I know, but they don't want that out either. Trust me. Here's what it comes to. Whoever had it up there, hold on, I'm reading this. Yeah, well, Yep.
Wow.
There is. Yeah, well, see, I had mine too. I did have one though before, but I mean, what were they going to do? Black Rock. There it is. Black Rock.
BlackRock, yeah.
Black Rock. Joe Givens sent us that. Joe, he didn't forget about it. But you know, here we went for a while where that word wasn't even mentioned. You can't find numbers. This, that. Now all of a sudden, you know, Fauci's got it. This guy. Now it's flaring back up, and it's another. You know, we got monkeypox. I ain't heard shit about monkeypox in a week. Nothing, Doug. Nothing. We went, oh, we got 700 confirmed cases here in the United States. Now you don't hear a thing.
I heard maybe a week or two ago that there was one case in Ohio.
Yeah, a week or two ago. We ain't heard anything.
Right. So I don't know how that's going with that person.
You know, we ain't heard a thing about monkeypox. We ain't, you know, I can tell you when it's all going to hit. Right about the end of September. Monkeypox, the 10th variant, 12th variant, 11th variant, 15th, 14th. There's going to be 5 variants hit us at once. You know, here's the thing, and I'm going to get in trouble for this. In my opinion, or let me put it in a question form to Facebook and YouTube. Here's my question. My question is, the booster was so important to get. Remember, Doug? The booster was so important to get. And I understand that they had a booster. It was so important. If it was so important, why did it not cover the variants that was hitting us? It's a question in a question form. It's not a statement or an opinion. It's a question. Why did it not cover the variants that was hitting us? And if you want to debate that, Dr. Fauci himself and others said, well, that booster won't cover the Omicron, the second or whatever, third. It'll only cover the Delta, or it wasn't even touching the Delta. It was the Alpha. The booster was for the Alpha. But then my question is, why did we have to take that then? I didn't. It's a question form. You know. Right. It is. It is. And unfortunately, there's not a fucking thing we can do, because late night February in 2021, this bill was voted on, Doug, at what? Midnight?
Yeah, it was early in the morning.
Midnight. And the bill pushed through. When that bill pushed through, it said the manufacturers of any vaccine for COVID, along with the government, cannot be sued for any side effects, adverse effects, or including death from the vaccine. That's a fact. That's a fact, Facebook. So don't throw me off from YouTube, because we can pull it out where it's a bill. And it was voted on in Congress and Senate and passed.
Right.
In the middle of the night. You know, and that, along with that bill, was the employer thing. It all was in one bill. And we basically said then, we're screwed. We're screwed. So Pfizer, Moderna or whatever, and Johnson & Johnson, none of them can be sued for any side effects that happen. Like
correct
certain videos we might have seen tonight. So put that in your pipe and smoke it and think about it a while, people.
Are you to track?
No. You got Harley riders around the area, man. You gotta like that.
All right.
I feel safe. I feel safe.
Are we hashtags no bull show? We need
Hashtag no bull show.
Something away.
Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio, Dean Henry. Yeah.
I got it. I don't know how many times too. Twice.
Yeah. And it's been a couple times around me. Well, that's the thing. What we said back then, Randy, is there's a couple of bills in February of 2021 that and actually in 2020 that bill went in. 2000. I take that back, Doug. It was 2020. No, 2021. There's a couple bills that went in going back to 2020. And these bills were voted on. If you go look them up, they were voted on 11, 12, midnight, 11 p.m., 1, 2 a.m. There was a lot of shit that slid through.
Right.
Me and Doug were going crazy about it. And then it's like everybody thought we were fucking goofy. Am I wrong, Doug? And then, 2 weeks later, 2 months later, this shit started coming out and went into effect. And people were up in arms. And we're like, this is what they're doing to you. So,
True.
Hashtag No Bull Show. Big shout out to Dean Henry over Big D's Pizza. He's got the belt for the hot dog races there.
Making some good food. Where's our food at?
Buy a couple packs of hot dogs, put them in the freezer because I'm going to that as soon as the food, man, I just ate and I'm getting hungry looking. I'm telling you guys right now, all bullshit aside, the ribs are excellent. I'm right there. Oh my God, are they good? If you ever not far away or whatever, it's worth the drive to Clyde, Ohio, to Big D's if you're a rib lover. I'm not a big fan of ribs. I'll eat them, but man, they were excellent. Great ribs. So what do you want to?
Thought you bought
I bought the pizza. Huh?
I thought you got those. Yeah, but you bought ribs for somebody else, so you ate them.
I ate a couple. I can't go on and brag about shit if I don't try it.
Well, you're right.
I'm not the government. I ate ribs for 7 days a week, and they were great. Some bitch is allergic to them, some politician.
By the way, have you heard anything, any update from...
I haven't heard anything. No, I have not. About the buses?
That and the drug testing.
Not yet, no. Here's what I want, though. Hear me out on this, people. Doug, do we got a picture of that bus?
We do.
Doug's going to put a picture. If you guys around this area or anywhere, wherever you're from, watching.
Now here's the bus that they just show on news clips and things like that.
Right there.
Okay. Now
see the writing? Hold on. See the writing back by the dual, the back wheels? See that writing on the... There's writing on there?
Yeah.
All right. Pay close attention to that, people. Now, what's that look like? Only it's up towards the front, a little bit of writing.
Yeah. And that was in Sandusky.
That was at Target. And there was another one at Walmart. And they were full of people from the south part of our border.
Different lands.
Did not speak English.
We were taking them shopping on our tax dollars.
Yes. So if you're around anywhere and you see these buses that look like that, all white, like that, let me or Doug know.
Yeah, let me look. This is a Texas plate on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get the plates on like a dumbass. I didn't get the plate. DJ was half-ass screaming at me, texting me, "You gotta get a plate." I'm in Bellevue now.
But those, they were all.
Yes, Chris Stevens, full of them. Each bus, and they were in buying clothes, toothbrushes, stuff you're gonna need. Yes, and the thing of it is in Sandusky, Ohio, you might see, if you're around 250 and Route 4 and driving around with Cedar Point, you might see 400 buses, 300, 200. But it's nothing. It's nothing this time of year in Sandusky, Ohio, to drive by and see buses everywhere. But them buses, they don't fit in. And
especially when
nobody's going to think anything about a busload, you know.
Especially in Sandusky. Nobody's going to think anything about it.
Right. Nobody's going to think twice. They're not going to think twice about it at Cedar Point season.
We haven't got them okayed to come in yet, but they're working on that.
Well, I don't know, man. That might be, you know, the next one I see in Walmart or Target, Doug, they might have towels on their heads. I don't know. You know.
Well, keep an eye out.
You know, you could be, Kel. You're right there. You know, you're right on that brink in that whole area, you know, where you're based on there. But it's soon. It's going to be soon, Chris. They're going to have one day, Parent Day. It ain't going to be Mother's Day or Father's Day. It's going to be Parent Day.
That's right, because you can't be separating that like that. Because no matter what letter of the alphabet you identify with,
and you know,
it's going to be.
The only reason I caught that, Chris and Cal, is because I had to go to Walmart. I pulled in, seen that bus parked out there, and didn't think twice about it because it's Cedar Point season.
Right.
It's nothing to pull into Walmart and see them buses parked there during the season. I'm telling you. But there was Mexicans all over Walmart. They didn't speak English. They were buying shit, families buying shit. I mean, clothes and this. They weren't buying groceries. They were buying clothes, toothpaste, shampoo, this, that, and the other. And then when I went back outside, I was wondering, I seen that bus. And I was, son of a bitch, and I was leaving when it clicked, and I called Doug. Like Doug gets his phone. You know what the fuck's going on? You know. And I was pulling behind Texas Roadhouse. And boom, there's the other one. I was losing my shit, you know. But keep your eyes out if you see them. Send me or Doug a text or a message, and make sure you get a picture of it with the license plate. That's what DJ needs. DJ Swearingen's aware of this, you know. Last Saturday, I fucking flipped out, but take a picture of the license plate. Send it to us. We'll send it to DJ.
Birthing People's Day.
Yeah, Birthing People's Day. There you are. Yeah. And the thing of it is, what we don't know, Randy. That's what we don't know. We're there. But the thing of it is, you know, the Corso thing will come up. Remember when they got busted a few years back? We specifically know Corsos comes in on certain buses that are marked, clearly marked on the side. They know what buses. These aren't the buses. So they're not, can't say, well, they're going to Corsos and they're going to Barnes. No, they're not. They're not. And Barnes don't bring them in like that no more, Doug. And they used to, but they're not, you know, as big as they used to be. But Corsos still do. You know, but they know what buses come in. If you see it, get a picture of the license plate and send it to us, and we'll send it to DJ. And he was livid. He was livid. Because everybody knows they're shipping to the swing states, Doug.
Right, right.
That's where this administration's shipping them to, the swing states.
Yeah.
You know. Want to give pizza away?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. And
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks to use it if you want it.
2 weeks to use it if you want it. And Facebook is being really gracious to us this week and letting us have the number 19. We were at 20 at one point.
Yeah.
So we're getting on their good side.
Just revert back to the song at the beginning of the show, Kid Rock. I'm going to see him. Almost a month away. Blossom.
All right. Okay, ready?
Here we go.
All right. Hopefully we don't win it.
I don't know. After I ate them ribs and that pizza last night.
Now you want to win it. David Lowry.
Dave Lowry. He's close enough. Go try him out, Dave.
Wow.
There you go. See that?
You're a winner.
You're a winner, Dave Lowry. That's my friend, Mike Lowry. Remember that? Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Mike Lowry is Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh, the Dean's on.
Look at that. Put up what Chaz Clark said. There you go, people. There you go.
Oh, look, you have a friend there.
There you go. I believe it's August 5th, I think. So.
All right. Thanks, Dean Henry.
I planned that out well. Debbie, what? National Compact Tours, they're running a race at North Wilkesboro on a Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, I want to take off. Let's go to it. I've been asked. I just wanted to work. Okay, that's fine. Then I was explaining to you or somebody, well, we got high mile Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm leaving Sunday to go to North Wilkesboro. Monday's practice, Tuesday, Wednesday's a race, and we're leaving Thursday, come back home to Kid Rock concert's Friday night.
And she heard that.
Yeah. You said I could do it. All right, Doug.
All right. This isn't really the good news story of the day, but it's a start.
Better than what we've been saying.
Because I don't know. At least these kids are going to do something about it. So nearly 20 students attending Oxford High School, where 4 students were killed and 7 others injured in a mass shooting. They're suing the school district, alleging that their constitutional rights to safety and education were violated.
Good.
I agree with that. The lawsuit, which states the students want to see changes to improve security, names Oxford Community School District, its former superintendent, and other officials in the lawsuit. And they're demanding a third-party investigation of the actions and events leading up to the shooting.
So let me get this right in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
We have 20 students smarter than their parents.
In this case, yes.
Okay.
They are taking it on themselves to sue and get something done about it.
And good for them. I mean, I'm glad to see that. You know, although Ohio moved in the right step in saying that they will allow teachers to start to carry, I think they went too extreme on the training. You got to have, by the time you're done training to be able to carry as a teacher in a school, you can moonlight as a police officer because you'll have the same training as a police officer.
Correct.
And basically what you got to do is go through law enforcement school and, you know, to get that. Now, I think that's wrong, but I think it's in the right step. Remember Monday, concealed carry, no longer have to have a permit.
Didn't that already start?
Last Monday.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, last Monday. So.
Okay, so.
But remember, hold on, Doug. Remember, you just can't carry. If you wasn't allowed to get a CCW or something like that before because of certain things you've done or whatever you have on your record, you still cannot open carry that now.
That's our disclaimer for YouTube and Facebook.
Right. So there are restrictions. You got to read up. You just can't.
We're not telling you to go get a gun and carry it around.
No. We're just saying that what the law is.
Right.
Fact.
And there's some people who are not eligible for that. And it's only in Ohio right now. Don't go to West Virginia or Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Fact checkers. Yeah, you can't open carry in other states that don't have an open carry law.
Right. Yeah. So is there anybody confused about that?
If you are, look it up.
Yeah. Call Facebook or YouTube.
Call Facebook.
They are the all-knowing. on everything.
Is this the fact checkers? Yeah, I understand we were talking about this and we might have missed a point and you got us nailed on it and shut our show down, but can you still explain to me, because you haven't, and how a fucking kid can go up and say shot his fucking grandmother and he's going to school and take other on Facebook and nothing's done? Not a word about it no more, Doug. Not one word about it. The media, none of them is putting pressure on Facebook. Why? Why? Chaz Clark says tranny, and a minute and a half later gets knocked off for 3 days. Robbie Cisco says, I took a shit crossways. Boom, he gets 30 days. How many other people have gotten warned in here or said something and gotten time or got warned?
Mm-hmm.
But yet a kid can go up and say on Facebook, on his post, I just killed my grandmother and I'm going to school to kill a bunch more. And fact check that, motherfuckers.
Right.
That's a fact. I don't hear shit out of you, you know, but you want to fuck with a show like ours. Fucking bullshit. Whatever. All right, Doug.
Now there's a completely different side of the 20 students who are taking the school board to court.
Yeah.
There's a teacher who now is unemployed by the Norman High School. He was in a hearing for 13 hours, and at the end of that hearing, he was fired. The reason he was fired is he wanted transparency at the school. So he went in and he took photographs like 1920. He took pictures of the bathroom stalls. And on those stalls were things about mass shootings, dates that they're going to happen, things like that. So he wanted to get that information out to the parents so that they're aware of what's happening. Wow.
And he got fired.
And he got fired for it because the school board did not want that information out.
It's a typical school board.
Is that typical?
Well, yeah, it's what we're coming across.
You know what? We are so numb to it now that this is normal.
8 months ago, I'd have been freaking having a nutty.
Right.
Every week, our schools. You want to know the problem? Our schools. It's the direction they're going.
Do you think that's a problem?
It's a big problem. We're indoctrinating our kids. We got teachers and school board members. And I'm not saying around here, whatever it could be happening. I don't want to, but, you know, we're indoctrinating our kids, and we got teachers and school board members think this shit's okay. That we don't have a right to know as parents. It's not our business what goes on in the schools. Basically, what we're being jammed down our throats. Fuck, it started last goddamn, 2 years, Doug? Isn't it funny how it started a couple years ago? And they've been jamming it down our throats ever since. We have one school in Wisconsin tells the parents, well, if your kid believes he's transgender, this, that, or the other, and you don't know yet, you're not entitled to know. We don't have to tell you. This is where it's going. That's a fact, Doug.
We're going to talk about that too. We got a lot of stuff here. So,
Dave Lowry, you should be the one pissed off. You should be madder than shit right now. You weren't on that show. Do you realize the Berlin-Milan School District, and your tax money is going to pay for this? They didn't send flyers out to every taxpayer in the Berlin-Milan School District. No, what they did was send a survey out online to every parent that had, what was it, Doug? Every parent that had kids in a school. Right. Not to every taxpayer in the Berlin-Milan School District. To the online, they sent it out to the kids, the kids' parents in school to vote on where that school was going to go, the new school, and how they were going to do it when it's taken out of Milan. You should be madder than hell. That's your money. That's your tax, your property tax paying for that shit, Dave.
And you didn't get a choice in the
You
matter.
didn't get a choice. You didn't get a choice of what you wanted. Renovate the schools, build a new one in Milan, build a new one here, or whatever. You didn't get a choice. Did you fill a survey out? No.
Even if you live in a school district, you're paying taxes. You have some say.
You should have a say. You're paying taxes for that school to operate. It does not matter if you got kids in school or not. You pay taxes for that school to operate. Therefore, the school board of Berlin Island should have sent a flyer out to every person in the school district through the mail. The money they spent. Now, this is what we were told by a very, very reliable source that's very hot, a politician in one of the two areas, and very upset about it. That the money they spent in doing this, they could have sent a flyer in the mail, a survey in the mail to every single person that lived in a school district. But instead, no. They shaded it up and went around that and sent a survey out by email or whatever it was to the parents of the kids in school. Not you, Dave, not a few others that don't have the kids in a school, that pay taxes to keep that school running. They didn't do it the right way. And I don't live there, so I really can't say a whole lot or go to the board meeting and pitch a bitch because I don't pay taxes. But I can tell you this, Doug, if I was still living in Berlin Heights or in the Berlin Mountain School District, I'd be getting on the agenda for the next school board meeting, flipping my lid, wanting to know why I didn't have a say in it when I paid taxes. But there you are. There you go, Dave. You didn't know nothing about it.
Just sit quietly.
Now you do.
Mind your own
you
business.
Found out on the C&D No Bull Show.
We are breaking that news for you.
Breaking news. All right, Dave.
So guess what happened at the Sit Ete Shanak Glacier Valley Elementary School?
Lord knows. Somebody come in and identified as a dog, and another person has identified the cat, and they had a fight.
No.
Okay, I just guess in today's world, you don't know.
They served their students milk.
Most schools do.
Which was actually floor sealant.
Are you shitting me?
I am not.
How'd
that pan out? They took several of them to seek medical treatment, and 2 others were picked up and also sought treatment. They said, hey, this milk is burning our throats. They were younger children, elementary.
Did it come in a carton?
That's the part that I'm trying to figure out. How do you do that? How did they?
Or do they pour them a glass of milk in a styrofoam cup?
I'm wondering that because it does not
if
say.
If it come in a carton, somebody's deep shit regardless. But
it goes on to say that they removed the remaining product and placed it in a chemical hazardous storage, and they advised the students to stop consuming the chemical, and it was removed.
Stuff happens. Don't get me wrong, but shit does happen. But how?
Isn't there a smell to it?
You would think.
So
that was on the news. Dave said that was on the news. Yeah.
So
how though?
How did it get? How does anybody say, well, here's some milk?
It's a cafeteria nurse, and the cafeteria woman had a bad night, man. Hungover or something.
She got a big 5-gallon container.
Oh my God, I'm still smelling the Jack Daniels from last night.
Ooh.
Getting a buzz again.
Hey, my throat's burning. Yeah, so was mine.
Yeah, mine was too.
Oh, God.
We got into some of that Everclear.
How's that happen?
I don't know.
Anybody? How could
I
it's
don't
either
know.
coming in a carton or it's coming in
If it's coming in a carton, it's not the school's fault.
right, but they
It's the
place
manufacturers.
the remaining product in the chemical thing, so I'm assuming that it was a bulk of some sort.
I don't know if anybody's seen the news. Did they say how that
anything?
was?
I'm just reading, and it does not say how it happened. But they had some floor
Yeah,
sealant.
they
So
gonna keep quiet. It was Donald Trump's fault.
Resembling liquid milk.
It's Donald Trump's fault.
Right. They
blame Trump. We've seen it.
They drink whatever they're told to drink. Drink, it's
Right.
Good for you.
You know,
it's good for you. It's burning my throat. No, it's you're
drinking that milk. God damn it! I don't care what you say. You're not getting.
You're not getting up until you drink it.
You drink that milk. You know, I mean,
okay.
What did one of the teachers finally go over and take a sip?
So no, they started complaining about it, and then probably started smelling it and checking it. And this doesn't taste like milk.
So you got the fact checkers from Facebook all talking in Chinese to each other. We still drink. We okay.
They drink floor sealant. They said C&D No Bull Show. What's a floor sealant?
Who acts that? That's not true.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting down one of these days.
Right.
And that's who fact checks us.
True. So here's
Chinese fact check us.
Where's this at? Fairfax. We're close to out of time, so I'll go quick on these. Fairfax, you are not allowed to misgender people by their names. If they've changed their name from Scott to Sally, you need to be calling them Sally. Do not call them Scott. That will get you suspended all the way down to kindergarten. If a kindergartner says, "Hey, Jane, my name is Bill," you need to call him
Bill.
Right. But you look so pretty, Bill.
Okay, Billy Jane.
So that's happening. Walmart, they goofed up and they apologized. Their ice cream backfired. The Juneteenth did not go over very well. It was a strawberry swirl.
What? I don't get it.
Yeah, Randy, he did. He went away in an ambulance. If you wait till the end of the show, you'll be able to watch it.
I got squatted away, Randy.
They made some sort of ice cream that they wanted to make it Juneteenth.
Yeah, but what was the problem? Because it was a strawberry swirl? What?
No, it just didn't go over very well with the people because they didn't like the fact that they put strawberry and chocolate together. It's wrong mix.
Well, if they'd put strawberry and vanilla, guess what would have happened?
Okay, so this one is bad. So what do you call a U-Haul that rolls over the hill with a bunch of white people in it?
Nothing.
Correct. We would not say anything, but it's a Cracker Barrel. So Cracker Barrel is under fire because of the word cracker. And they say that the K in Cracker Barrel represents the whip.
Who's saying this?
The woke people.
Okay, Cracker Barrel.
So now Cracker Barrel's under fire for that because they made the K look like a whip.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up the K in Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
What? Do these people work? I mean, what? What is their job?
I don't know. They claimed that the stylized K in its store sign is supposed to be a whip. Now, this has been debunked by Snoops.com, but you're not going to please whoever's after Cracker Barrel. Do you see it? I guess I should have up, down. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Look at that.
Don't look like a whip. Looks like a kidney. The whole yellow. Stop and look.
Yeah, but it's outlined with the whip.
Get the fuck out of here. Outlined with the whip.
Listen, that's not me. That's them. Let me see if I got anything else here.
Well, we're gonna pick on Cracker Barrel. Hey, what are they just sitting at home going? You know what? We're out of shit to deal with. We're out of shit to fuck with.
Let's look for stuff.
Oh, look at that Cracker Barrel. Okay, that's a whip. Who the fuck thinks of this shit? That's a whip. Hey, I got something. Call the fact checkers and tell them this is true. We don't know. We don't go to Cracker Barrel. We have none.
No Cracker Barrel here.
They serve rice.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, see ya.
Do they serve rice and floor sealant?
All right, people. What do you think? You got anything else, though?
No. I think we've done enough damage for today.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble. The warning's already there, probably. A couple weeks ago, we didn't even get off show night. A warning had to call WIA.
Right. We got warned.
We got warned in the middle of the show.
Yeah, about our opening. So, if you want to see a little bit of Chris Mize, how he wrestles. Wrestle, is that what you call it?
You just got the end of it, right?
No, I got a little bit of it.
You clip it off.
Just hang on and you can watch it.
All right.
You want me to play it now, or you want to go and
we'll go and then play it. We'll go and then play it. So if they don't also, thanks everybody for watching. Say a prayer for our country when you go to bed tonight, because we need a lot of prayers. I don't try to get into religion too much, but right now this country needs God more than ever, Doug, ever.
I agree.
Come down, and so hit the pillow, say a prayer for our country. Well, thank everybody for watching. God bless America. God bless you guys.
And here comes Chris Mize in his wrestling debut.
Got my ass whooped.
I was gonna say it didn't go very well for you.
Went the wrong way I thought it would.
They were like, what, 4 foot shorter than you?
They were built on bitches too, though, man.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. I would say that too. You were gonna ride them around on your
my biceps. They rode me around on their biceps.
All right, here we go.
All right, people. Good night.
Oh my God. No. Oh my God.